Hey, collective, what is going on? What is crack-a-lackin'? I'm specifically talking about my fire sign collective. My Aries, my Leo, and my Sagittarians. Where you at, babies? Come to mama, alright? Welcome to Ascension 225 Tarot and Oracle, y'all. It's nice to have you here. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome here if it's your first time. We're about to delve into our fire signs and what's happening or what's in your energy over the next few weeks. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, are you ready to find out what Spirit has and wants you to know? Okay, so this is a general reading. It's for all Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. They will be timestamps there, so you can just go straight to your sign or whoever you're watching for. Housekeeping, it's a general message. I'm not giving you a personal reading, but if you do need one, everything is below in the description box, okay? Contact me and we can set up your personal reading. Like I said, this is a general reading. It's for all fire signs across the board, okay? If you take something away from it, that is fantastic. I'm super happy to hear that. Let me know if it resonates in any way. Everyone needs a little nugget here and there, right? If it doesn't resonate, do not force it to fit, all right? Watch another video of mine. All my videos are timeless, even though I might say a few weeks, end of the month, 30 days, whatever. There is no time in the spirit realm, only divine timing, okay, you guys? I hope you all are doing well and abundantly blessed. And do your girl a solid before you come into the sanctuary or after you come to the sanctuary. Oh, before you come into the sanctuary, take your shoes off before you come in so that we can keep the energy where it needs to be, all right? And that is high vibing, all right? Find a nice cozy spot that will enable you to receive the little nuggets that Spirit has for you. And just open your mind and be free and just listen to the message, and if it's for you, you will know it, all right? So do your girl a real huge solid. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, especially the subscribe button and the notification bell. I pick a random subscriber at the beginning of every month to win a free 30-minute reading. You can tailor it any way that you want. And it's free 99, guys. I reach out to you and let you know that you have won. So do your girl that solid, because the readings are free 99, and you hitting that button, like, share, and subscribe, are also free 99. So please do that for your girl. I'd really appreciate it, so the channel can continue to grow. I have not been able to talk all day. I know we're about to step into a Neptune retrograde, all right, starting on the 4th, tomorrow. But I tell you what, I feel like this is a Mercury retrograde. I know a Mercury retrograde is coming soon. I think towards mid-month or something like that. But Mercury retrograde is coming soon, you guys. But I feel like today is Mercury retrograde for me. But I digress. Let's get into your reading, all right? So we're going to start off with Aries, you guys. So stay tuned. All right, Aries, what going on, my Aries collective? We're about to find out what Spirit wants and needs you to know for the next few weeks. So you ready? Let's get it. All right, you guys. So I normally start off with the tarot and then get into the oracles, but I'm going to switch it around. And we're going to start off with the oracles first, and then we're going to get into the tarot. All right? Hold on. All right. Having a little bit of a hot flash. All right. So, okay. So, let's just start off being empowered, okay? And let's start off with who your spirit animal is, or the kind of energy of the spirit animal that maybe you might be embodying or need to embody over the next few weeks. And I have Elephant, Aries, Elephant, greatness. Maybe you're moving into your greatness. Maybe this next few years is going to be your time. I don't know. But elephants are huge and regal and respected, and people move out of their way, and they're majestic. It says, love is your strength, Aries. Leadership is your path. And if I do recall, the major arcana card for Aries is the Emperor, the ultimate leader, right? It says leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone that you meet. You can overcome any problem, Aries, and you will naturally and easily achieve success. So that's you. All right, that's you. So get empowered by that huge elephant energy, okay? All right, so for the next few weeks, what is the major intuitive message that Spirit wants and needs you to really dig your heels into? And I've got freedom. I got freedom. And when this card originally came out, it came out in the reverse. But all of the cards that are in this deck are not right side up. And so I put it right side up. So maybe some of you Aries are feeling this sense of freedom right now. All right, a sense of freedom, a sense of lightness. Maybe you're able to travel and move about the way that you want to. You know, maybe you're retired and maybe you're seeing the world, whatever it is. But I feel that a good majority of you are feeling the sense of freedom, like you're light as a bird, right? I love that feeling. It's a good feeling of that lightness, you know, like you're not carrying a bunch of stuff with you, like a bunch of burdens, a bunch of issues, a bunch of problems, right? You feel free. It says, freedom is about following your inner voice. Have you been feeling trapped by responsibilities? Release these burdens and follow what makes you feel free, light, and alive. Wow, interesting. And this card came in reverse. So maybe there are some of you Aries that are not feeling this sense of freedom. Maybe you have not released whatever burdens you. Maybe you're still feeling weighed down and heavy. Maybe you're trying to figure out a way to turn this upside down freedom or lightness right side up. Okay? So that's your mission for the next few weeks, is to turn that freedom into that empowering light energy. Okay? All right. That enables you to move however you want. All right? And not be downtrodden by anything. Okay? All right. So where should we start? All right, let's start with the general tea for you. The general tea that I have for you, Aries, is mice. There may be some discord or maybe not getting along, fighting among friends or family. All right. I've got, this also could be discord at work, right? Maybe this is affecting your career, or maybe this is at the job. Maybe some of you guys are finding a new career or want to. Jug. Yes. Like we were talking about on this freedom card, lighthearted, carefree time, right? That's what I think you need. You need to feel the sense of lightness, the sense of freedom, right? Carefree. Lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. All right? Are some of you Aries out there feeling angry? We know Aries can scrap, right? But Spirit is reminding you fire signs to control your anger. All right? And then lastly, I've got there will be great good fortune coming towards you with this 4-leaf clover. That's very positive, right? At least you know your pocketbook, your abundance, your finances are looking up. That's very good. All right, and also we've got, some of you guys may be traveling, seeing the world. be having that sense of freedom. You know, when you're on vacation, you have that sense of freedom. You're not tied down by clocks or work or anything. You just light and carefree, right? I love that. Ego. It says, I let my pride get in the way of our connection. Oh, so there may be a connection, and it could be either work or personal, where maybe somebody's ego, yours or theirs, is getting in the way. It could be a karmic friend, right? Somebody that you can't fully trust. There's tension, there's competition. It says, you know, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. All right. It could also be at work. You know how them bitches are. And or it could be about a soul contract. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. So this could be somebody that you might have been involved in, friends with, you know, whatever. Because a soulmate or a soul contract is not just a love connection. It could be friends. It could be family. It could be, you know, just somebody in your life that, you know, touches your life in a certain way, either good, bad, or indifferent. Somebody's wasting time or feels like they wasted time, right? Somebody feels stuck. There's no changes happening and they feel limited. This could be, maybe you feel stuck or limited at your job, right? And maybe you're looking to find something different. And I've got boundaries. I've got limits in reverse. So maybe you need to build your boundaries up or your limitations up. Maybe they're too low. All right. Because sometimes when your boundaries or your limits are not set high, people are able to try to run over you, take advantage of you, and all that other good stuff. Okay. Interesting. But you know what? In the crossing, though, my cards are all over the place. In the crossing, though, somebody's watching you, Aries. Somebody's creeping, looking around the corner, you know, getting intel on what's happening with you. They think they're just being sly, but they're not, right? So be very, very careful of who you're dealing with and who's in your energy, okay? All right. So what's some of the, you know, there's always light and dark. So what are some of the things that maybe you need to look at? Well, some of you might be having a lack of awareness, all right? A lack of awareness. It says, miss chances and unseen risk. Seeks facts and stay open-minded, all right? Maybe some of you feel like you missed an opportunity. Maybe an opportunity at work or, you know, or something like that, you know? And I've got, some of you might be dealing with an addiction, drugs, alcohol, sex, being a workaholic, you know, whatever, you know, addictions run deep. So whatever your addiction is, if this is speaking to you, then yeah, it's time to heal and liberate yourself from that addiction, whatever it is. It says feathered omens. Even the sweetest bird harbors fierce intentions, self-deceit, illusions, secrets. Ooh. Maybe you're creating self-deceit. Maybe you're creating delusions for yourself, Aries. Maybe your perception's off. Maybe you're seeing things through rose-colored glasses, whatever this is, right? It says illusions and secrets. And I just got finished telling you that tomorrow, July 4th, Neptune goes retrograde. And Neptune reminds me of the moon. Neptune is about mystery and secrets and hidden things, right? Illusions, right? Yeah, that's what it's about. To me, it's equivalent to that moon energy, like maybe not seeing things as clear as you need to see them, right? Yeah, maybe somebody's keeping secrets. Maybe you're creating your own illusions or delusions here. And then I've got self-reflection is needed, looking inward. All right, self-awareness. That needs to be improved, Aries, looking inside so that, you know, you will have this self-awareness upon you having this self-reflection, okay? And what was in the crossing, and crossing cards in my readings, it's either very, very strong energy that you need to pay attention to, or it's energy that could be creating some sort of blockage for you, an obstacle for you moving forward, right? Or doing what you want or need to do. So what's in the crossing? I've got shadow dance, all right? When you move shadows, you discover your rhythm. Most times people are fine with addressing their light side, but what about your shadow side? Most people don't want to deal with their shadow side, right? Because the shadow side's not attractive. The shadow side is something I don't want other people to see about me, know about me, and I'm just going to act like it doesn't exist. Well, in order to have balance, you have to shine some light into those dark spaces, and you've got to work on those dark spaces, those shadows, right? That's why it's called shadow work, because when you do the work, you allow light to shine, and there is no more darkness there, okay? So, yes. And then I've got facing your inner demons. And those inner demons can be those addictions that we just got finished talking about, right? Yeah. Yeah, those inner demons can be those addictions, those compulsions, those fears, whatever it is. That's what needs to be addressed, right? And it's only going to take self-reflection or being in that hermit mode in order for you to be able to come to some judgment calls or conclusions, okay? So that you can move forward and not get stuck. All right, cool. Excellent. I like to hear it. Okay. So, what do your angel team want to tell you? Your angels want you to find harmony and resolution, and this was in the crossing. So I feel like a lot of you are having a hard time finding balance. You're having a hard time finding harmony, tranquility, a resolution to whatever this is, okay? But Spirit says you need to find it, okay? And you are being guided and guarded by your guardian angel, okay? It's time to raise your vibration, Aries. All right? It's time to raise that vibration, baby. All right? Okay. And what would your ancestors want to talk to you about? Maybe your backstory, right? Maybe, you know, everyone has a backstory, you know. Maybe, you know, maybe your backstory was kind of traumatic, and maybe you need to heal some of that, okay? Maybe some of you might be writers or journalers, or maybe need to write it down, you know, and get it out on paper, you know, what your backstory is, what may be keeping you from embracing this elephant energy, this big energy, right? And finding that sense of tranquility and harmony, you know? And I've got body. Could have something to do with the way you feel about your body, your physical person. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't feel good about yourself in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? This is also maybe a reminder to take care of your body, your vessel. Okay? And act of love. Continue to stay in the here and now and be present, not in the past or in the future, but in the present. All right? That could be the greatest act of love that you can give yourself. All right? Okay, so what else? Spiritual guidance. And look at here. Boundaries in the reverse. Okay, we talked about this because this freedom card came in the reverse. So you feel a lack of freedom, right? And then we saw the boundaries card, the limits card, also in reverse. All right, so this is telling me that there's something internal about you that maybe makes you have your boundaries low. All right, it says you're learning the gentle art of setting boundaries and saying no. Maybe you're still struggling with that. Maybe you don't know how to say no. Maybe you don't know how to be more assertive and have other people respect your boundaries, okay? But it's time for that. It's time for that, all right? And change your perception, mainly about yourself, all right? Change your perception about yourself, all right? And that, to me, is going to help a lot. It says you're ready to have a shift in perception that's going to change everything, Aries. Everything. The way you see yourself, your situation, the people in your life, all of that is about to change, okay? It's about to change, baby. One change makes for many changes. That's what my mama used to say. All right. Okay, so I'm going to save the universe card for later. All right, the last one. And so let's get into the tarot and see what the tarot has to say to my beautiful Aries, all right? Holy Spirit, what do our Aries need to know, hear, feel for the next few weeks? What do they need to know, especially with the energy that was on the table? What's going on with this lack of feeling free, this lack of having boundaries? One more shuffle, please. What's going on with our Aries? What's going on with our Aries? Please and thank you. All right, so what do we have here? Knight of Abundance, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so on the bottom we've got the Knight of Pentacles. All right, slow and steady wins the race, baby. You know, the Pentacles are Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and you know, most Earth signs, they like consistency. They don't like a whole lot of change, right? They want to know that the same thing that happened yesterday is going to happen again today, right? Without any changes, all right? The Knight of Meals or the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady wins the race. They make sure they research everything, they study everything before they make any. They don't make any impulsive moves whatsoever. They make sure, especially if it's going to affect their coin or their abundance, they're going to make sure that, you know, they keep moving, but they're not going to make any decisions yet, okay? What's in the middle? Queen of Cups, all right? So I've got a Queen of Cups here. You know, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. The Queen of Cups is loving, nurturing, all right, emotionally intelligent, all that good stuff, right? The type of person that people gravitate towards, somebody who's nurturing and loving, right? What is this card here? Seven of Cups. You might have a lot of choices to choose from, right? A lot of options with the Seven of Cups here. Choose wisely, though, okay? All right, so let's get back here. I want to show you the major arcana first before we dive fully in. All right, so I have two different major arcana cards. The one major arcana that came from this deck is the Fool. This is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Fool. You're about to start a new beginning. All right, you're about to start a new beginning, a new chapter, a new cycle, whatever you want to call it. All right, it's going to take a leap of faith for sure. All right, and do you have the courage to take this leap of faith, Aries? I know you do. You're cardinal sign. You're the first one out the gate. All right. I hope this is not, you know, a reflection of somebody feeling foolish for, you know, whatever's going on in their lives, feeling foolish because I've got this double energy, right? This is either there's a Capricorn in your energy, or maybe you have Capricorn in your chart, but this double energy is the same as hold on, where is that card at? Hold on, cards keep sticking to me. Facing your inner demons, right? And that could be your addictions. All right, your addictions. And the double energy in the tarot deck could reflect some addictions. All right, we already talked about that. It could also reflect fears, right? Old, tired ways of thinking that, old perceptions and stuff like that. Old ways of thinking. So it can mean a lot of different things. So what does it mean to you on an individual basis, right? Is there an addiction that you need to conquer that is keeping you back from becoming this mighty elephant? I don't know. You tell me, okay? But yeah, and maybe you want to start a new chapter away from this double energy, this toxic energy. You see who's in this picture? P. Diddy, okay? With 2 brides. He's the groom with 2 brides. Is this your situation? All right, let's find out. All right, overall energy, Aries. Overall energy, Aries. What do you have, Holy Spirit, now and over the next few weeks? Man. Are these cards right side up? Yep, okay. All right, so I've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is somebody who's not nurturing, loving, or emotionally intelligent. Somebody who's the opposite of that. Somebody who could be emotionally manipulative and nasty and clingy and all that other stuff, okay? I've got a 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Bad investment, baby. Maybe somebody made a bad investment. I just saw 2727 on the timer. Look up that angel number. Somebody might have made a bad investment on this Queen of Cups in reverse, okay? And then we've got 10 of Meals, 10 of Pentacles. Loss of money. Loss of abundance. Ooh-wee! What's going on, Aries? Damn. Alright, so that's the general energy, huh? Wow. Alright. What's Aries energy? Show us Aries energy. Show us Aries' energy. Okay. 8 of Swords. I think the tools of swords. Yeah. 8 of Swords, all up in your head, right? Feeling trapped. Feeling trapped, all up in your head. Feeling confined, can't move. Yeah. 8 of Swords can also be a card of self-sabotage as well. Alright. And then we've got the Hermit, gone fishing, catch you later. Somebody's all up in their head and maybe going into hermit mode will help. Yeah, we talked about that just a few moments ago, is you going into this quiet mode, this self-reflection, this self-reflection, okay? Just locking everybody out and you tapping into you, all right? So that you can have more of an awareness, okay? All right. Okay, what else? 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. Going into this hermit mode, right? Because you're mentally just in a mental mindfuck right now. Two of Meals or Two of Pentacles, trying to find harmony, you know, trying to find balance here, you know. Maybe it's balanced with your money or whatever you consider abundance to you, okay? Alright, so what's the challenge or obstacle for Aries? Challenge or obstacle for Aries now and over the next few weeks. Challenge or obstacle for Aries. Why do your cards keep coming upside down? Three of Pentacles in reverse. This is a lack of teamwork, a lack of working together. Yeah. Where was that card at that we saw? Okay. Remember we saw this ego card? Yeah. Okay. So the Three of Meals upside down could represent somebody all in their ego, not willing to cooperate, not willing to have this teamwork. It's all about them. It's that ego getting in the way. Okay. Alright. So what else? What are some of the other challenges for our Aries aside from this ego issue? What else do you have for Aries now and over the next few? Six of Cups. Someone from the past. Six of Cups. One of the challenges or obstacles is somebody from the past coming back to haunt you. Okay? They're in the past for a reason, right? Right. Somebody from the past, an old friend from the past, an old lover from the past, an old co-worker, whatever. One more obstacle. Whoa. It's sort of more in the crossing than in the reverse, so I'm going to take it in the crossing. And this is the devil again, okay? The devil again. So this devil here is an issue for you, Aries. This double energy. Whether it's toxic people, places, or things, or addictions that you need to deal with. Or an old, antiquated way of thinking or perceptions. There's something that you need to deal with, okay? Alright? This is toxic habits, addictions, mental conflict, self-sabotage, and poor decision making. You got the devil twice. So this devil keeps getting in your way. It's time to start fresh and new away from this devil energy. Whatever this is, people, places, or things, you need to get away from this shit. Alright. Advice from Spirit. What's here? Knight of Cups. This could be a romantic situation. Knight of Cups could be like a, you know, maybe a fairly new love situation, or maybe somebody you're dating, something like that. It's funny because if it's an addiction, I keep seeing wine glasses and bottles and stuff like that. So I don't know if somebody has an issue with alcohol. I don't know. So overall advice from Spirit. Overall advice from Spirit for Aries. I got Knight of Wands. Freedom. 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 The Knight of Wands represents freedom. Alright. Aside from the Knight of Pentacles, who's the slowest moving knight in the deck, all the rest of the knights are, hey, let's go! I'm off and at 'em. Right? The Knight of Pentacles is, I want freedom to explore. I want freedom to do whatever it is to do. Right? What else, Holy Spirit? So pursue your freedom. And maybe the freedom will come from getting this devil energy off your back. Getting these addictions or whatever this devil energy is off your back so that you can stand up straight, right? And not all hunched over, carrying all this. All right, additional advice from Spirit. Additional advice from Spirit for Aries. Additional advice from... Okay. In the crossing, we've got 8 of Cups. Make a decision to walk away from something. Like I said, crossing cards, it's either very strong energy, like Spirit really is like, hello, I need you to do this. Walk away from what no longer serves you. And here we go with another bottle. Another bottle. So some of you may have an addiction to alcohol. Alright, and if you do, I'm sending you so much support. Really. I smoked for 30 plus years. I get it. It's not easy to break an addiction. It's one of the toughest things. Alright, so, but Spirit says, you need to walk away from this. Alright, it's holding you back. It's holding you prisoner, whatever this is. It's time to walk away. People, places, or things. Alright? Ace of Meals, Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities. It's time for new opportunities for you. This Ace of Pentacles could also be a new job, you know, a new situation for yourself that creates abundance for you. Aces are gifts from Spirit. So we've got an Ace of Meals or an Ace of Pentacles for you. Wow. One more advice card for Aries. Last advice card for Aries, Holy Spirit. One more. Okay. Alright. I've got, yeah, the Emperor. Aries, this is you. And we talked about this at the beginning of your reading, that Aries represents Emperor, that ultimate leader. Right? The ultimate leader. It says freedom is about following your inner voice. Have you been feeling trapped by responsibilities? Release those burdens and follow what makes you feel free, light, and alive. And the Elephant card talks about you being the leader that you need to be and you're made to be naturally. All right. Yes. I love this. I love it. Yes. Oh. All right, Holy Spirit. Yeah. We've got the World card. All right. No, wait a minute. Is it the World? No. This is Judgment. Oh, yes. It's time for you to make some judgment calls, honey. And, oh my God. Hold on. And Aries, I just want you to see this right now. This is the bottom of, I have 2 major arcana cards. This is the bottom energy on both decks. First deck, Emperor. That's you. Second deck, Judgment. Make a judgment call or judgment calls about your situation and the people, places, and things in your life that could be holding you back, especially if it's an addiction. All right, and here we go. We've got Judgment twice. We've got the Devil 3 times in your reading. We've got the Emperor twice. All right. You are this Emperor. You are this confident, successful person. Embody that. All right. Embody that. Okay. And I'm praying that you're able to get to this freedom that you truly deserve. Your final card is the universe message. It says, bigger and better experiences are coming your way, Aries. You may not be able to see it now, but greater things are coming together for you as you read this. Trust the process and let it unfold in divine timing. Move forward knowing that all is working out just fine. I hope that helps. I hope you got something from this reading, Aries, okay? All right, take care. Bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Well, alrighty, it is time for my beautiful, ferocious Leos. All right, Leo, you ready to find out what Spirit wants and needs you to know over the next few weeks? Huh? All right, we're about to get into it, okay, you guys? All right, so, okay. Well, I just want everyone to know that on July 4th, we do have Neptune, which Neptune reminds me of the moon. Neptune can represent hidden energy, secrets, illusions, delusions. Yeah, so it's that same type of energy that the moon can embody. And Neptune is going into retrograde on July 4th. Okay, so maybe some things may be coming to light. Some things, maybe there will be clarity. You know what I'm saying? I want to look up what Neptune retrograde is. Hold on for a second. All right, thanks for holding. Okay, so let me read you a little bit about Neptune retrograde. I had no idea. We've been through Mercury retrogrades, which last for a few weeks, and that's coming up soon too, or maybe even a few months. But Neptune retrograde starts July 4th and ends on December 10th, so a full 5 months. It will appear to be moving backward in the sky from our perspective. This retrograde is about taking time for introspection, going inward, looking at people, places, and things maybe that no longer serve us or nourish us or feed us. It says, particularly regarding your dreams, spirituality, and illusions that may be, sometimes people like to portray illusions, and not be 100% authentic. So this is a time for clarity. It's a time for seeing things for what they really, really are, okay? You might be having vivid dreams. So it says, during this period, the hazy, soft focus filter that Neptune typically casts over life is removed, forcing a closer examination of reality and potentially revealing truths that were previously obscured. I like it. It's all good. We need to see the truth. We need to know the truth, right? Okay. I'm not sure when Mercury retrograde starts, but I know that within the next few months, or I hope months, not weeks, we'll be having Mercury retrograde on top of that. All right, so let's get into it. Leo, what does Spirit want you to know? All right, so let's get into the Oracle deck first, and then we'll get into the tarot. Your spirit animal is that of the cat. Very independent, Leo. I think you might have gotten that last time. I'm not sure. But Leo, you are independent. You're a leader. You pave the way, all right? It says you're a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd, Leo. Life supports you in every way, all right? So be like the spiritual animal. The cat is looked at as being a very spiritual and intuitive animal, okay? So encompass that energy. All right, so what's the most important intuitive message that Spirit wants and needs you to know over the next few weeks? And that is embrace, okay? Embrace the changes happening around you. Have recent changes made you uneasy, Leo? Well, accept them, adjust, and discover the opportunities that come with transformation. All right? All right. I love that. And I thought I saw a transformation card down here with one of these angel messages, but we'll get into that in just a moment. So what is the tea with our Leos now and over the next few weeks? Well, let's get into some of the tea messages. I've got Carriage. This reminds me of the Chariot card, and we are in Cancer season, and the Cancer zodiac represents the Chariot. All right, so you may be traveling, maybe taking a journey, either physical or mentally. All right, I love that. You may be moving away from certain things and moving towards new things. Okay, I like that. That's very promising. You might be moving towards love, Leo. Okay, jumping in your chariot and going towards love. Maybe this is a long distance thing, and maybe you want to be closer. Jug, lighthearted, carefree time. Your sister sign of Aries got the same thing. So maybe jump in this chariot, maybe doing a little traveling and being lighthearted and free. Okay. Psychic ability. It says trust your intuition, Leo. Trust your intuition. And then I've got Inkpot. Problems to be resolved. So there may be some problems that need your resolution, Leo. Okay. All right. And let's see. I've got, well, maybe one of these resolutions may be an apology, whether it's given by you or received by you. All right. Or forgiveness. All right. It looks like this person really feels deeply about whatever this is and wants to give or receive forgiveness. I've got stability and harmony in reverse. So maybe whatever is going on, has created some instability in your life and disharmony. Okay. I've got freedom. It's time to take a leap of faith. You know, Uranus moves into Gemini on July 7th. Okay. So take a hold of this Uranus energy, forward movement, following your dreams, being a trendsetter, move towards new opportunities and utilize that Uranus energy, okay, that Aquarius energy, to move yourself or propel yourself forward, Leo, okay? And then I've got toxicity, feeling bound, trapped, patterns. All right, crossing cards in my readings are either very strong energy that Spirit really needs and wants you to see and know, or it could be that these toxicities are creating obstacles in your life, right, that are holding you back. Okay, maybe you need to break the chain on something toxic. Maybe it's an addiction. Maybe it's people, places, or things. I don't know. Only you would know that, right? And then I've got somebody feels guilty here, right? Maybe they sabotage themselves or sabotage a situation. All right. Interesting. And maybe that's why the forgiveness card was the first one to come out. Okay. All right. So what's going on here? What's some of the shadow side that maybe we need to look at, Leo? It says shadow blossom. You need both sunlight and darkness to bloom fully. Most people are so open to display their light side, right? Oh, she's happy-go-lucky, this, that, and the third. But no one knows what she's like when she's pissed or angry, right? She might be the Tasmanian devil, right? And that is your shadow, some of your shadow side coming out. And maybe a side that you don't want other people to see or know about you, right? But you can't have full balance in your life unless you shine light into those shadows, okay? So it says resilience and nourishing, okay? I've got shedding illusions, and Neptune energy retrograde is about shedding those illusions. Exactly. Seeing things for what they really, really are. No more falling for the okie doke, right? Yeah, I love that. The first step is awareness. The second is acceptance. And I've got defensive. Maybe some of you are defensive about something, or maybe that's just part of your personality, but maybe you don't always need to be defensive. Maybe you could be a little softer, all right? Maybe, just be neutral, okay? Not being on the offense or defense, okay? Maybe feel like you need to defend yourself. And then I've got ride the storm, Leo. Ride it out, 50-50 on the timer. Look up that angel number. Ride out the storm, baby. All right? Things don't last forever. All right. Take a sip of coffee. What do the angels want you to know? Honesty and communication. Be honest to yourself first and foremost. Don't create delusions for yourself. With Neptune retrograde, there will be no illusions or delusions, okay? Things are going to be clear, all right? Be honest with yourself and others, okay? And communicate honestly and openly. What do we talk about? We talked about this transformation. The last word on this card is about embracing transformation. This is a double message that you will be going through change, through transformation. It's time to spiritually grow, Leo. Then I've got Archangel Sandalphon. Who is he? Archangel Sandalphon is the angel for Pisces. It says the time is now. This is a moment of acceleration, Leo. Go for it. Don't hold back. Proceed. All of your hard work, your focus, your prayers, your intentions have led you to this pivotal moment. Any hesitation you may be experiencing is just a sign that you are on the verge of something wonderful. Trust that the universe is saying yes to whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or accomplish. I like it. I like it a lot. And ancient wisdom or ancestral wisdom, I've got angel numbers. I just called out an angel number, 50-50. You might be seeing synchronicities. You might be seeing 222, 555, 1111. So pay attention to those angel numbers that you keep seeing over and over again. There's a message there for you, okay? And you might be speaking or seeking a spiritual teacher, or maybe you're a spiritual teacher, because we saw here that you are, it says your intuition is very strong, you're empathic, you're a natural healer, okay? So maybe you're this spiritual teacher, Leo, either that or you're consulting one, okay? And then I've got obsession. What are you obsessed with? It's time to get out of your head, all right, and back into your heart. What are you obsessing about? People, places, or things. What is it? And then I've got, it's time to lighten up. It's time to lighten up. It's time to be carefree and enjoy life and stay in the present moment, all right? Okay. What epiphanies will Leo be having, or do they need to have? Well, some of you may be getting back together with your twin flame. All right, someone from the past. Reciprocity, adjustments are being made, okay? Adjustments are being made so that there's equal give and take, which is very important in any relationship. No distance will keep us apart. I thought this could be a long distance situation, but maybe you're closing out this distance by jumping in your chariot. Maybe you're moving towards this person that you are in love with, or maybe they're moving towards you, closing the gap on that distance thing. Too much to think about. Maybe this is too much to think about for somebody. Maybe the moving and how are we going to do this and how are we going to join forces. I live in California, you live in New York. How are we going to do this? It's too much to think about. This is not your typical love story though, Leo. It's not your typical love story. Oh, social media might have gotten somebody in trouble. All right, somebody might have done something or posted something that maybe got them in trouble. So let's find out more in the tarot, and we're going to save your universal message for later, okay? All right. So let's take a look at your two major arcana cards. The first one that came out for you, and this Empress actually came out crosswise, right? But I put her upright. So some of you might be crosswise in this Empress energy, right? Maybe struggling to give birth to creative ideas or manifesting or giving birth to new ideas, concepts, whatever. Maybe it's a baby. You know, maybe you're struggling with that. Okay, but this Empress energy represents Taurus, and it says, I don't know, the Empress can give birth to anything. She wears a crown. She is that divine feminine energy, okay? And then I've got the Tower, Scorpio energy. And the Tower, I mean, a lot of people get scared when they see the Tower card, but the Tower for me is it's like there's a lesson somewhere in there, right, that is beneficial. This could be an unexpected situation happening, an unexpected event. Somebody building putting everything all in one basket and it, you know, not working out the way they wanted it to, right? This is a card of freedom too. This is a card of lessons learned. Lessons learned. Never to build my house on sand again, right? I got to make sure it's on a firm foundation, whatever this is that I'm working on, right? But the Tower is all about freedom. It's all about, like I said, lessons learned. I like it. Because there's revelations, there's lessons learned, and there's, we said you're going through transformation, so that could be a part of your transformation right there, okay? All right. Maybe this Empress energy not being able to create or give birth to whatever it is, maybe is creating this Tower situation. But let's find out what Tarot wants you to know now and over the next few weeks. This is Leo energy, Holy Spirit. What do you want our Leos to know, feel, hear now and over the next few weeks? Holy Spirit, what do you want for our Leo, the Lions? What do they need to know now? Oops, that was terrible. Now and over the next few weeks. Let's try that one again. Let's try that. Much better. All right. Who do we got? Okay. On the bottom, we've got a King of Cups. Emotionally intelligent King of Cups. Nurturing, loving. Knows how to give equally as well as take equally. That reciprocity, okay? Why is this card upside down? And then I've got the Three of Pentacles. All right, somebody, you know, wanting to you know, work together as a team. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? Maybe this is a work project, or, you know, maybe this is a relationship that, you know, there's got to be equal give and take, teamwork, cooperation, all that good stuff. So let's find out here. Holy Spirit, what's the overall energy for Leo over now and over the next few weeks? Overall energy for Leo. Got the Five of Pentacles, Somebody might have lost some money, some abundance here. Somebody might feel unsupported. Okay, unsupported. They feel like they don't have a support system. Maybe this is somebody who wants to apologize or needs forgiveness. Maybe they're feeling left out in the cold. Could be a Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is ambitious. That fiery energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know, but could be somebody who is just sexually attractive, because wands represent, sexual energy as well. So could be about this Queen of Wands. Somebody might need to choose a path, make a choice. All right, so what is Leo's energy? What's Leo's energy going to be now and over the next few weeks? What's Leo? Oh, in the reverse. Justice in the reverse. You feel like there's no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. All right. What do you feel like there's an injustice about with this Libra energy? Huh? You feel things are unbalanced about something. And then I've got the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Complete loss of abundance. Complete loss of abundance. Yeah. Could have lost all your money, all your savings. Yeah. The World. The World is the last card. Something is coming to completion. Something is coming to completion. Why do you feel this unfairness and this loss? What is this loss about? Let me get one more card about Leo's energy. What is this justice in reverse and loss of money? High Priestess. Maybe, well, the High Priestess is Cancerian energy, and maybe you didn't use your intuition, right? And you're feeling unfairness because you lost your abundance somehow. Maybe not consulting with spirit or listening to spirit, right? Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. And I've got the Sun card, and the Sun is about abundance and blessings. The Sun card is also about fertility. Fertility, not just being fertile to produce a child, but this could be about a child as well, because this Empress first came out in the crossing. So maybe this Empress struggles to get pregnant, give birth, right? And this Sun card could be about children as well. I might have to clarify those. Okay, so what is the challenge? What's the challenge for Leo? Challenge for... Challenge for you, Leo, is you have a lot of options, too many things to choose from. Maybe you're confused, maybe you're not sure. Use discernment when choosing, because there is a poisonous snake in there that there's no anti-venom for. Other challenges for Leo. This one, no victory. No victory, no success. That's one of the challenges. One more challenge for Leo. One more challenge for Leo. One more challenge for Leo. Alright, I've got 8 of Cups in the crossing. You're not sure whether you want to walk away from something, people, places, or things, or not. You're kind of straddling the fence on making a choice to do that. You need to make this judgment call. And right now, maybe it's really difficult for you to make this judgment call to walk away from something that no longer serves you. There's no justice. I mean, there's no success. There's no victory here. Maybe somebody isn't using discernment, Leo. Alright, so advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit for Leo. What advice from Spirit do you have for Leo now and over the next few weeks? Advice is go towards the sun. This Leo energy. This is you, Leo. This is abundance. This is blessings. This is fertility. This is creativity. This is happiness in abundance. Any other? Six of Swords in the reverse. You need to overcome whatever these obstacles are that are preventing you. The Six of Swords. Six of Swords is going towards peace, tranquility, happiness, success, right? But this is in the reverse, so maybe there are challenges or obstacles that you're still struggling to get over, and one of these obstacles may be this toxicity here that you're bound to. People, places, or things. Could be addictions, could be fears, could be any of that type of devil energy, but you know what I mean? Got an Ace of Pentacles here. If you go towards it, a new opportunity. It could be a new job, a new career, a new something that it, you know, adds to your abundance. One more spiritual advice card, please. Continue to manifest. Continue. Harness this Gemini and Virgo energy. Continue to manifest. Be this magician. Use all of the elements to get what it is that you want, need, and desire, right? Because you're going towards the sun, abundance and blessings. Keep manifesting, Leo. Move away from this conflict. Move away from the fighting and the conflict. Move away from the fighting and the conflict, okay? Let me get another deck real quick. I just want to see real quick. Holy Spirit, what is this justice in reverse for Leo? What is this justice in reverse for Leo? What is this justice in reverse for Leo now and over the next few weeks? What does this justice in reverse represent for Leo? Four of Cups in reverse. Maybe somebody wishing that they would not have been apathetic to love or feeling emotion. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Maybe somebody's getting clarity about maybe why they were in the Four of Cups energy in the first place. resistant, bored, apathetic, who cares, I don't care type of attitude. Maybe somebody's reversing that attitude. What is this? Somebody wants to repair this. Whatever this is, somebody wants to repair it. 3 of tools, 3 of swords. Loss, heartbreak, disappointment. Somebody wants to repair whatever this is. I don't know what this is yet. I still don't know what this is. What is this 10 of Pentacles in reverse? What is this 10 of Pentacles in reverse? For Leo, what is this? Queen of Wands. Alright, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is, you know, but like we just talked about, she's right here. Right next to the 5 of Pentacles, right? Somebody sexy, somebody hot, somebody, you know, desirable. Could be somebody who works in a brothel, even. I don't know. 0111 on the timer. Could be somebody who works in a brothel. And I've got a King of Meals or a King of Pentacles. Maybe this Queen of Wands was looking, maybe she is a sex worker or something to that effect, right? Or maybe like a gold digger type of energy, looking for that King of Wands type of energy, right? I mean, that King of Pentacles, boss mama or boss daddy with the deep pockets, right? Maybe they took all of your money, Leo. Maybe they took all your money here with this 10 of Pentacles in reverse because you did not use your wisdom. You did not use your intuition in this situation. What's going on here? And we've got the World card again. We got the World card again. A completion. This is the second time we've seen the World card for you. This is completion. It's over. Something's done. You just need to make the judgment call to walk away from it. You've lost a lot. You've lost a lot. And you feel like you might have sabotaged yourself in this whole situation. But it's time to vibe up, baby. It's time to vibe up. Alright? And be honest about what this is so that you can move forward in a positive way. Alright, so King of Swords, yeah. It's time to tell the truth and shame the devil. Alright. Alright, so this is crazy. I don't know what the hell is going on here, man. Let's get into your universal message. I've got, if you find yourself constantly seeing reoccurring numbers, and we already talked about that, reoccurring numbers or words, it is a sign that you're being supported, cared for, and divinely protected by the universe. Beautiful things are about to happen to you. So whatever you're going through, this storm, this tower, whatever this shit is right here that I don't know what the hell is going on. This is temporary, and beautiful things are about to happen to you. All right. You just got to go through it to get to the other side. All right. I hope this helps, Leo. I don't know. Let me know if it does. Peace. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hello, 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 my beautiful Sagittarius. You are my polar opposite cousin. I'm a Gemini. So I have Sagittarius traits, and you have some Gemini traits, like it or not. All right, so Sagittarius, we want to find out what Spirit wants and needs you to know over the next few weeks. So are you ready? All right, so do your girl solid and hit that like, share, and subscribe button before we get started. Give me some of that reciprocal love, right? Okay, so we're about to get into it. Let's go. All right, so where do we start? Ooh, I forgot to get your... Let me get your spirit animal. What's the most important spirit animal that Sagittarius Collective will be embracing, embodying now and over the next few weeks? Okay, beautiful. One of my spirit animals, one of my favorites, and that's the dragonfly. I actually have a dragonfly tattoo. I love them. This is magic. It says, I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. It's beautiful. So our Sagittarians are going to be embracing this magical, mystical dragonfly energy, and I'm all about that. Okay? All right. So let's... I'm going to read the oracles first, and then we'll get into the tarot. Okay? So let's go over here. Most important intuitive message for our Saggies, you can go back over there. For our Sagittarians, it is commitment. And it says commitment is the key to long-term success. Are you hesitating to make a decision, Sagittarius? Commit fully to a path and you'll see the results of your dedication. Okay? So maybe you're thinking about making a commitment. Maybe you're looking at your commitment. Maybe some of you are hesitating to make a decision about your commitment. Okay. So let's find out more. What's the tea, Holy Spirit, for our Sagittarians? Okay. What's the tea for them? Well, I've got, some of you may be at a crossroads, that Two of Swords type of energy. Don't know what direction to go in. This is in the crossing cards in my readings. It's either very strong energy that Spirit's like, hello, or this energy could be because you might be at a crossroads, you're not sure what decision to make, could be causing some form of blockage or obstacle, okay, for and stopping you from moving forward. Okay. I forgot what they call that. They call that, when you try to make a decision and you kind of freeze in making a decision or overanalyze. All right, so some of you may be healing from heartbreak. All right, and maybe you're trying to, at a crossroads, deciding which direction you're going to go in next after this heartbreak. Okay. Maybe somebody needs to heal their heart. Yeah, maybe somebody's gone through a breakup of some type, But, and then I've got ship. Cutting ties, moving on. Yeah, receiving what you need. I feel like you're, maybe you're not ready to cut ties yet. Maybe you're still holding on. To see if you can salvage this ship, right? I've got, it's time to make healthy choices, Sagittarius. Make healthy choices about your life and the people in it. It says self-love and self-care, being happier. Yeah. And then I've got wedding bells or wedding rings. So some of you may be getting married, actually. This might be about marriage, and some of you might be questioning your commitment. Okay. It says union, marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. I love that. So I wanted to show you, well, I will in just a minute when we get to the tarot. Yeah, because one of the marriage cards is showing up for you in the tarot as far as the major arcana, but we'll get into that in just a moment. I'm digressing. All right, so what's some of the things that maybe you're not seeing, some of the things that you need to work on, some of your shadow side that needs to be balanced out? I've got positive changes are not being made, or maybe you're afraid to make a decision. Maybe you're afraid to make a commitment to make a change, if that makes any sense. Relentless craving. Maybe some of you have addictions. It says addiction is a prison disguised as freedom. Okay, so maybe this has to do with an addiction that you have, that you're dealing with, that, you know, that maybe you need to turn this positive change card, which is in the reverse, bring it right side up, so that you are making positive changes, maybe addressing your addictions, maybe getting help, maybe going to rehab, maybe recovery, whatever, okay? Your boundaries might be very low. No boundaries, okay? Yeah. And deception is indicated. A slippery slope erodes trust. Honesty fosters connection and authenticity. So, has there been deception in your situation? All right, whether this is friendship, at work, a lover, a marriage, whatever, there seems to be some sort of deception here. All right, and maybe you not really having strong boundaries, Sagittarius, for whatever reason. What do the angels want you to know? Fire guardian, it says, and your fire sign. So your fire guardian says your desires are not unholy. You're not asking for a whole lot. What you're asking for is reasonable, okay? It says you're being encouraged to connect to the energy of desire and ignite your passions. As long as what you desire doesn't cause harm or danger to any living being, your desires are not holy. Express yourself, play, be untamed, be free, right? I love that. Ignite the fire of your passion and let it roar, Sagittarius. Okay, and then I've got ask and you shall receive. Maybe you've been asking and waiting to receive, and maybe you haven't received it yet, but things happen in divine timing, not in our timing. Okay, so keep asking for what you want and you shall receive it. Okay. This could be about, like I said, a friendship, or it could be about a union, a marriage, a lover. You know what I mean? Maybe this is in the crossroads also, this ask and receive, because maybe you're starting to doubt that you'll ever receive what it is that you really want and need out of this whole situation. We've all been there, right? We've all been there, okay? Okay, so what is the ancient wisdom? And then we'll get the epiphanies. The ancient wisdom is that you may be releasing a soulmate in reverse. Maybe this person who you thought was your soulmate really isn't. You're going to have to show some tough love, and you're going to be like, yo, this is time to tell the truth about something you have been avoiding. What have you been avoiding as it pertains to this commitment? Automatic negative thoughts. You're learning to take charge of your thoughts you choose to give life to. There's life and death in your thoughts and life and death in your words, right? So what automatic negative thoughts are you finally starting to release? Old school. You've lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. So this ain't your first rodeo here in this meat sack that you're in, okay? You're an old soul. You already have wisdom, okay? You already have wisdom from previous lifetimes. So what are some of the epiphanies that our Sagittarians will be having or need to have over the next few weeks? Somebody is observing every action. Somebody's watching somebody, or somebody's in observe mode. You know, sometimes when you're in a situation you're not sure whether you're not sure about it, You might be in observe mode to see, is this really what I want? Is this really what I need? So yeah. Somebody's fighting to emotionally detach, but it's not working. Somebody's still going to work on it. Still working on it to see if you can get that flame back. See if you can get that spark back. Time is up. Something took too long. So time is up for a lot of you. And some of you may be walking away from this. And it could be a marriage, okay, or a commitment of some type. Somebody's reminiscing on past precious moments, but you can't live in the past. You have to stay in the present. What's happening now? All connections start out exciting, exuberant, passionate, all that, right? For the most part. And then once life starts lifing, and you've been together for a few years, whether this is a friend or lover or marriage or whatever, all that passion and all that other stuff that maybe you used to do is different now. Alright? And sometimes it's hard to get it back. This could be about a same-sex marriage because there's a rainbow there. Alright? So maybe you're observing to see, and you're at a crossroads to see how this is going to turn out. Like, I want to observe some things to see whether I really want to go another step and marry this person, or whether I'm already married to this person or committed to this person. But I'm not really sure because there could have been some deception here. Another card I didn't show you is that is in the crossing is you need to face your inner demons. And maybe you're struggling with that. Your inner demons could be your addictions. Alright, if that is the case that we just saw here. Alright, it could be that you don't want to acknowledge that. Or maybe you don't want to acknowledge Anyway, I don't know. But somebody is definitely reminiscing about the past. So let's get into the tarot real quick and see what's going on. Okay. Alright. Yeah, somebody needs to face their inner demons. Some of you have absolutely no boundaries and they need to be strengthened. Okay, they need to be strengthened. Yeah, but this addiction needs to be addressed. Okay, whether you're addicted to people, places, or things, it doesn't matter. Alright, so let's find out what this is about. Your major arcana. The first card out that came out for you is the Hierophant. This is one of the marriage cards in the tarot deck. Alright, the Hierophant is about those traditional belief systems, those institutions that we stand on, church and state, the institution of marriage, and all that other good stuff. This is about those core belief systems, those core values that we embody, that we were taught growing up. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know, the Hierophant could be about higher spiritual learning. It could be about, what's happening, going on in your marriage. Maybe your core values are different. Maybe they've changed. Maybe they're not in alignment anymore. I don't know, but this is definitely... The Hierophant could also be a counselor, Maybe somebody's seeking spiritual guidance. Maybe you're going to a counselor. Okay? And I've got the Hangman. Take a pause. Pause. Maybe taking a pause is always good. Okay, taking a pause so maybe you can see things from another perspective, a higher perspective. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes, whatever the case. Okay? And sometimes when I see the Hierophant and the Hangman together, maybe somebody might be questioning some of those core belief systems, those core values. Maybe somebody might be questioning those traditions, those institutions, questioning their marriage and what's valuable and all that other stuff, right? All right, so let's get into the tarot. All right, so what do we got going on here? Yeah. This is for Sagittarius. I just saw the Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck. That's fighting, not getting along, arguing, not communicating well with one another. What do you have for Sagittarius? Please and thank you. This is now and over the next few weeks. What does Sagittarius need to know in any area of life? What's going on with this energy, Holy Spirit? Let's shuffle one more time for Sagittarius. Please and thank you. All right, what do we have on the bottom? Page of Wands. Pages are students. All right, they can also be messengers, but maybe you're learning something new. Maybe you're learning something new. Maybe you're going to a cooking school, culinary school. All right. Maybe you have a new goal, a new desire, or something like that. But he's standing in between the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands actually is the second marriage card in the tarot deck, but the fours are all about safety, security, and stability. So maybe you're learning something new that can increase your stability here. Or maybe you're learning how to cook because it will make your marriage stronger, right? This is or your home life better because you've gone to culinary school or whatever you're learning, okay? What's in the middle? What's in the middle, Holy Spirit, for Saggy? King of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, that fire energy. This is that fiery Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, mostly Leo, but the King of Wands is somebody who's ambitious, follows your goals. Standing in between the Two of Wands. So maybe Sagittarius. Oh, my nose is itching now. Maybe you're trying to figure out what direction you want to go in. Maybe you're trying to figure out what path you want to go down. And that could pertain to anything in your life. Relationship, job, whatever. Okay? Overall energy, Holy Spirit, now and over the next few weeks for Sagittarius. What's the overall energy for Sagittarius? Please and thank you. What's the overall energy for our Sagittarius? Okay. Ooh, somebody feeling unsupported. Somebody feeling unsupported. Somebody feeling all alone. Somebody feeling at a loss. Okay. Could be a loss of money as well because it's Pentacles. It's just a loss of abundance, period. Whatever you consider abundance, okay? What else, Holy Spirit? There goes the King of Wands. I feel like this King of Wands is you. Like, you're feeling unsupported and sort of feeling left out, at a loss, standing in between this Two of Wands, trying to decide which path you really want to go down, Sag. Alright, can I get one more for overall energy? One more overall energy for Sag, please and thank you. I don't want to get all that. But, no, I don't want to get all that. No, I don't. Now, I did see the Seven of Swords, alright? I did see the Seven of Swords just a minute ago. Hold on. Yeah. Oh no, was that the Five of Swords or the Seven of Swords? Anyway, Five of Swords, conflict. We just already saw that. Not getting along, fighting, arguing. Alright, so one more for the overall energy for Sagittarius. Queen of Coins in reverse. Somebody who's not very abundant. Somebody who's lost their abundance. Alright. The Queen of Coins, that's Earth energy. Could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Mostly Capricorn. Maybe this is you and you've lost a lot of your abundance, or maybe someone in your energy field has lost their abundance. And like I said, abundance is much more than just money. Okay, it could be integrity, it could be compassion. Abundance can be a whole lot of things to a whole lot of people. So what is this Queen of Wands to you? The Queen of Pentacles to you in reverse. Maybe this is somebody who once was abundant and now you don't see as abundant. You want your freedom. Sagittarius wants freedom. You want freedom. Knight of Wands. This is all about being free. Being free to do whatever the hell you want to do. New life adventures. What's Sagittarian's energy? What's Sagittarius' energy? Show us Sagittarius' energy now and over the next few weeks. Show us Sagittarius' energy. That's a lot of cards, Holy Spirit. I put 2 back and I'm going to take the first 2. You want victory and success. You want happiness. 6s are all about going away from that 5 energy, that 5 of Swords energy, that 5 of Cups energy, sad, loss, conflict, to success, victory, harmony, tranquility. The only way to get to the success is to speak your truth and don't accept bullshit. The Queen of Swords, you see the look on her face, right? She's like, I wish you would approach me with some BS like that. She's not having it. So, yeah, this is you, Sagittarius. 9 of Pentacles. You, just by yourself, already abundant, don't need anyone else to bring that abundance to you. You already have it going on, all on your own. Good job. Everything that you need, you already possess. You don't have to worry about getting that from somebody else. Okay? What are some of the obstacles? Whoa, man, those cards came out quick. Woo-wee! Alright. You might feel like you have to defend yourself about some things, like, or maybe you're on the defensive. Maybe you have to defend yourself, right? This can also be you reclaiming your space. Like, you need to be at arm's length, okay? That's where I need for you to be, alright? Like, this is you reclaiming your space, your energy, whatever this is. What is this? Woo! 2 of Cups and the Devil. This is about a love situation, Sag. 2 of Cups that may be toxic. Love that may be toxic. Yeah. Now, the 2 of Cups is we both come to each other with equal balanced cups, right? One's not fuller than the other. It's equal and harmonious. Alright? But there's this devil energy. Now, the devil represents Capricorn energy. We already saw Capricorn energy in this Queen of Coins in reverse. Now we have this Capricorn energy again with this devil energy. You feel bound, tied to this devil energy, or tied to this Capricorn energy. The devil energy is about fears. It's about addictions. And we did see maybe not having any boundaries. We saw that you had a lack of boundaries, where maybe people feel as if they can cross those boundaries with no problem. And then we have another addiction card. Relentless cravings. Somebody's got maybe some addiction issues, but might be afraid to face these inner demons here. This is the obstacle, or an obstacle. Deception. Double energy. These are the challenges, Sagittarius. These are the challenges. Alright. And even my cat Marley. What are you eating, Marley? Alright, I love you, but I'm working, okay? Alright, so advice from Spirit. Ooh, and the Tower on the bottom. Things come crashing down. But there are lessons in this crashing down. There's lessons, there's spiritual awakenings, there's lessons learned. Yeah. Freedom. There's freedom that comes from a tower. World. A whole new world. The World card. Some things are coming to a completion for you. A chapter's completing, a cycle's completing, something is completing for you. Alright? Yeah. I hear you, Marley. You gotta wait, alright? Alright, so what is advice from Spirit? Advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit. You see this look on her face? She looks exhausted, right? And the Nine of Wands is the weary warrior card. Somebody who keeps chugging along and chugging along, no matter how tired you are, fatigued you are, how out of gas you are, you keep trudging along. Spiritual advice says you're about to burn out. You're about to burn out. Alright. Save yourself. Save yourself. Alright. It might be time to conclude something that feels like a burden. What else for spiritual advice? Oh, wow. For you not to be conflicted. Choose a path. This is you standing in between. Which path are you going to choose? And this is you. This path, are you choosing a path for yourself, is an obstacle. You don't know what to do. You are at a standstill. You can't move forward. You can't move forward until you make a choice. What's it going to be? What path are you going to choose? Stop being sideways about choosing. Yeah. Yes. 8 of Cups. This is you, Sagittarius. when you're tired of being sick and tired, you're going to stop being at a crossroads. You're going to stop being sideways about making a decision about your life. And you're going to walk away from what no longer serves you. And the funny thing is, this is an 8 of Cups, so there's two cups missing, right? Maybe there's still 2 of Cups out there for you that is going to give you equal, balanced, harmonious love. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Woo! I'm just saying! Ace of Swords. That is the truth, Ruth. I can't make it up. What is this? What is this? Woo! Oh, Sagittarius. What? Look at this. We talked about loss, disappointment, right? This is you being stabbed over and over again in your heart space. Wow. Wow. And you are this nurturing Queen of Cups. Nurturing, loving, open. Well, we all have to make our own choices and our own decisions, right, when it comes to love. And so that's what you need to do, Sagittarius. You need to make a choice whether you stay stuck in this situation, right? Or whether you stop reminiscing about what was. Is it that now? Is it that way now? Or do you still need to reminisce about what was in the past? Time is up. Things have taken too long. Okay. I know you still want to work on it. Just like this weary warrior. She still wants to work on it too. You see how damn tired and fatigued she is, right? I can't tell you what to do. All I can do is show you the cards and what's in the cards, okay? And show you what's in the cards. You still want to work on it. Alright, but if and when you decide to heal your heart and walk away from this loss, this disappointment, this deception, these addictions, then you will more than likely, where's that 2 of Cups at? You will more than likely walk towards your 2 of Cups. When you make the decision to close the door on what no longer serves you, you will walk towards that 2 of Cups. I wish I could find it, but you will walk towards this 2 of Cups. Okay? All right. Thanks, Sagittarius. Love you.